How's it going, folks? This is Clay. I just finished this 2020 Promaster 3500 extended high roof camper van. It is fully converted for full-time living off the grid or for a little weekend getaway. So yeah, I'd like to give you a quick tour, show you what it's all about. This came as a cargo van, so I did everything from the windows to the floor to the cabinetry, all the electronics, the wiring, and the plumbing myself. So yes, this was aftermarket installed by me. Now, just to lead you through the amenities in this particular van, I have a propane 3-burner stove with an oven as well. I love the idea of being able to, bake pizza and make cookies and whatnot in the middle of nowhere, so the oven was a must for me. I have two Max fan vents up top. Those are the 7500K deluxe models, so they come with a remote, so you can click them on nice and easily. And with these, they vent in both directions, so you can be cooking over here, blowing the air out, and then blowing the air in. Gives you a nice cross stream. I have a CFR 1110 Dometic fridge, and this is 4.5 cubic liters, I believe. I have the specifics on the spec sheet. And that has a freezer as well, as you just saw. Pulls some pretty low amperage as well, which is a plus. You can also see with the power setup, I've got outlets wired throughout. So this particular setup is a 300 amp hours lithium ion battery with a 3000 watt inverter. So the inverter is controlled from this panel right here. As soon as you turn it off, you get a little bit of juice back in the system. I think running the inverter itself takes around 3 to 4 amps. And once you turn it back on, all the power to your outlets is running again, and you can use any of those as you'd like. I do have a 20 amp outlet right here, so you can run a Vitamix, you can run a hair dryer, pretty much any appliance that would pull up to 3000 watts, which is quite a lot. All the cabinetry is custom made. Got the uppers. These are all on gas struts with ball latches, so they don't fly open when you've got a bunch of stuff in them and you're going down the road. These come on all of the drawers as well, and they have adjustable tensioning, so you can make them tighter if you've got a lot of weight in there and you're worried about those sliding out. Got the sink here with the 2 different modes. This also pulls out if you need to spray outside of the van. Rotates as well. The van setup does come with a hot water heater in it, and I'll show you that in a minute. We also have a click-up countertop, which is one of my favorite parts. It extends the amount of counter space you have by quite a bit, and you can use this as an auxiliary desk, what have you. So with that said, I also have a pull-out table right here. So this is all custom walnut tabletops, countertops. Everything was made to fit this van specifically. I'm a woodworker, so I really wanted to have as much wood in here as I could. I really like the way it makes it look. And so with this out, you can seat 1, 2, 3, and 4 people comfortably with the swivel chairs. So it's great for entertaining if you want to have a couple friends over. We've also got 3 drawers down here for clothing or whatever else you'd like to put in there. And a pretty solid amount of storage under the seats as well. The bed is an 8-inch memory foam RV size queen, so it's going to be 74 inches long by 60 inches wide. So plenty big for a van. And I have 2 sliding windows here with screens, so you can get a cross breeze going while you're in bed. And they have custom-made Padauk, which is a type of red hardwood. It's a Padauk window frames with trim around them that I built specifically for these windows. I have reading lights over here as well on each side, as well as USB chargers on each side. So 2 people can be doing their thing, charging their phones while they're in bed. And this is for the Webasto air heater. So this is a gas-powered heater, which vents through right here, right on the floor. So I ran the wire over there so that you can control the temperature from bed. You might want to turn the heat on in the middle of the night if you start to get cold, and then turn it back off because it warms up pretty quick. And you will notice as well, this is a thermostat style, so you can have the heat set pretty low so it kicks off when it gets to the correct temperature. I also did a two-way lighting system, so over here we have a dimmer switch, and then over here we have a toggle switch, so you can once again operate the lights from the bed. I have the water heater set up on a switch, so that when you're not using the water heater, it doesn't keep cycling warm water, so that's a big power save to have that wired as such. And you can see here, I've got the water level gauge, and that turns on and off just so you're not wasting power when you don't need to know how much water you have. And then over here, one of my other favorite additions just to make life a little easier and save you some time every day, I put in a 5-gallon gray water tank, which isn't a very big gray water tank. However, I wired it onto an electric ball valve. So anytime you want to empty your gray water, since it is just gray water, you just flip that open. And as soon as you flip that switch on, the ball valve underneath the van opens up, drains all your gray water out, and you're good to go. You just close it back up, and that closes as well. And we also have a toilet. So this is an airhead composting toilet. I've got it on locking slides. So this pulls right out, locks in place, and fits snugly under the sink, so it's out of sight, out of mind when you're not using it. And you get a good bit of privacy when you are using it. That vents straight to the outside. So yeah, these toilets are fantastic. Practically zero smell from everything that I have read and researched about the composting toilets, so I definitely wanted to have one of those in here. Let's see, more upper cabinets over here. Good bit of storage space up top. And just to show you with this, when you're sitting down, plenty of space to eat. Yeah, I think that's about it for the front. If you want to check out the back, I'll show you that, and then that'll conclude the tour. Out back we have an outdoor shower right here. This is all stained wood, so you shouldn't get any water damage. And this turns on from the shower box. This is all hot and cold water as well. And here's our plumbing setup. So I'll go over all the details of the actual spec sheet online. However, we have a 4-gallon hot water tank right here. Water pump is wired to a switch, so you can turn that on and off so it doesn't cycle. If you're away from the van for a long time, you can save a little bit of power that way. This is a ventilation toggle, so that when you're filling the van, or when you're filling the van with water, the actual tank doesn't start to balloon up, and it has somewhere to release the pressure. Over here we've got an easy to access breaker panel for your alternating current, and then a fuse box right above that. I'll take that for a second. And down below we have an inverter, 3000 watt inverter as I mentioned, and then the full power setup. And a pretty solid amount of garage space where you can store, whatever toys you'd like. Some more walnut to finish this out and keep the bed nice and rigid. And yeah. I hope you like it. If you have any questions at all, please get a hold of me. My name's Clay, and I'm here in Bend, Oregon. And yeah, check out the rest of the specs on the website, and hope to hear from you soon. Thanks.